Good evening, Track Gang. welcome to Sunday number 2 of the expanded Sidetrack Sunday, and it did this whole thing with the Sidetrack Sunday and the Sidetrack Sunday crew. Of course, they've been cracking me up over here. I'm sitting here trying to put together a video for our guest and for our host tonight, and it's not going well. That just goes along with the day that I've had. Anyway, as you all may or may have not seen from last week, I started Sidetrack Sunday back in March of 2020, and through the urgings of a few in the YouTube community, mainly Sparky 107 107, and I did some impromptu shows here and there during the weeks in between the Sidetrack Sundays that I did at the end of every Sunday or the Sunday of every month. And then back in August, Heath actually got a hold of me and said, hey, what about expanding Sidetrack Sunday? And I'm like, okay, so what are we going to do with this? And he said, it'll be you and me. And I'm like, well, there's more than 2 Sundays in a month. And it's like, well, how about Jason from the Train Freak? And I'm like, okay, who else are we going to get? John from School Kill. Cool. All right. So we put it all together. And then, of course, the guys were like, hey, we want to do this on the 30th of August. And I'm like, we can't do the 30th of August. I've got something else big going on the 30th besides my contest. I've got something already in the works. I got it that has to stick. I said, so we're going to have to wait until September. So here we are, like I said, episode 2 or week 2 of the expanded Sidetrack Sunday. And what's going to happen too, I need to go back and work on my videos, because actually on the 30th, Grandpa Rails filled in for me on Sidetrack Sunday number 7. And this month I'm going to have Sidetrack Sunday number 8 for me. So what I'm actually thinking about doing, because of the fact that we've expanded this, I think once we get past the month of September and everything kind of settles back down, what it'll be is John and then Heath and Jason and myself, the month of October, I think instead of it being numbered, it'll just be Sidetrack Sunday, week 1, October, week 2, October, week 3, October, something like that. We'll figure that out as we get on. We'll get there. We'll get there. So anyway, without further ado, the man from New York City, the man with whose channel is ity Junction, also known as Heath.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to Sidetrack Sunday. Ray, thank you so much for that fabulous introduction. I did notice that the story was a little different about how things started up, but I'm sure we'll figure that out at some point. Before I get into saying hello to everybody, what I am going to do is I'm going to put up the upcoming streams list. John from Schuylkill River Valley created this for his stream last week, and I thought it was really great. So I'm going to pop that up there, and then I'm going to go and we'll say hello to everybody. And I learned a little trick about how to say hello to everybody. Apparently, if you just go to the participants list, it puts them all in one spot, and they're all in alphabetical order. So how much easier can that be? Hey, Lee from Anfield Road Layout in the Loft. Anthony from Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider, welcome. Eric Hartle from CMR Products, thanks for stopping by tonight. And we've got Big Charlie from Big Charlie's Model Garage, BT34. We got CA and P Railroad. How many subs did you get after Sparky's stream earlier today? We got Catnuts 911. We have CDP 1965 Chuck. We have, I believe, Brian and Mike from Crossed Anchors Railroads. Dwayne Fork and Spoon Railroad. Dwight Curley, Grandpa Rails. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Going down the list, Indian Head Valley Railroad. Sorry about that, Wilmer. We have Joe Rader from Black Rock Central Railroad. John 2618. Crazy Joel. Mark from M&M Rails, Royce Smith all the way coming down from Panama, N-Scale Union Pacific Evanston Subdivision. You have Nancy up in Seattle, Nancy in the spirit of Colorado Railroad N-Scaler, Norman Rowe, NS, I don't think I've ever read this whole thing out, it's Chasco, but it starts with an NS. PDRE Engineer Art, we have Ray Boble, Riley Hogan, Ron, I'm sorry, I should have asked you how to pronounce your last name. I think it's Ron Brights out of Australia. John Schuylkill River Valley. We've got Scott Eric Catalano, Shane's Trains, and of course everyone's favorite Sparky's here. Steve Arnold, welcome. We have Jason the Train Freak. We have Tom from Tom's Trains and Things, and in alphabetical order, the last one on the list, the guy that's probably always last on the list, we have Rob, Why Are You Naked For? Welcome. I got a big list of stuff tonight. Just kind of waiting. We've got the animation is playing. It's about 3 minutes and 21 seconds, so I have to, I think, vamp for about another minute or so. How come I didn't make the list? Oh, Rick Bailey. Rick, I don't know how you didn't make the list, Rick. Let's see. Rick Bailey. Norm Miller's there. I saw Lauren Hurwitz there earlier. Let's see. Who else did we miss? See, I can't remember who I missed and who I didn't miss. So I like that whole participants list and then just reading down the list. We have Paul the Carver just showed up. Lehigh River Subdivision, I don't believe I've said hello to you. We have Carl from ity Junction, Carl. Vinny, you're here, Vinny. No, you're not chop liver, Vinny. I guess not everyone makes the participants list. I don't really know how that works. I thought I had a good system, and apparently the system isn't working so well. Come in after he read that part of the alphabet. The best laid plans. Yeah, well, it was a good plan. At some point, it was a good plan, and then it wasn't. Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt, welcome. We have Frederick Strauss, welcome. Thank you for coming. Let's see. Wimbletrain, thanks so much for coming. So we're going to move on just this tiny bit. Sparky reached out to me recently and said, hey, what do you know about Teespring? Can you help me set up my didn't help me set up, Teespring and, figure out the system. So what I did is I created this Teespring store, and let's hope the page loads. And I made a sticker and t-shirts and some other stuff. So if anybody wants my logo was created by a friend of mine. It was a lot of work. I really like this logo. There's a lot of story behind it. So I think it's a great logo. If anyone's interested, Teespring store. And while I was at it with Teespring, I of course created a Patreon page. I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I can't monetize my channel. So the only way to bring, to have you guys support the channel is through Patreon. Right now, the only thing that I have Patreon set up to do, Sparky, Rob says, Sparky also reached out to me and I told him, don't touch me. Anyway. So I created Patreon. I don't really know how I'm going to use it yet. I don't know, how much interest there's going to be. This video is all about reaching 500 subs. So, I don't know when I'm going to get to 1,000. I don't know what I'm going to stick with. So Patreon's here. I appreciate it. If you want to support me, I'd really appreciate that. So tonight is going to be the 500 subscriber giveaway, but it's only 8:10. So Ray, the after show is when the flogging will occur. So we just need to stay patient. Once we get to about 9:15, we'll break out the whips and we'll get going with that. Hey, Steve 87th PSAP. Let's see, anybody else come in Shane's Trains? I don't remember if I said hello. Martin Searsma, how you doing? DCC Train, welcome. AK, Crazy Russian. Who else we got? So I want to take a moment and I want to change directions slightly. As a lot of you know, I live in New York City. I've been in New York City for a while. Is my camera out of focus? That's better. I've been in New York City for a while. And on Friday was the 19th anniversary of 9/11. I happen to live up on the Upper West Side, which is where the Firemen's Memorial is. So every year on 9/11, the firemen come up and they do a memorial. So I took some pictures and I went up there, and I just wanted to share just a little piece of the Firemen's Memorial here in New York City, and this is just some of the setup and stuff for the 9/11 memorial. Thanks, everyone. If you don't know, the number 343 is for the number of firefighters that passed away from 9/11. So the flags, there are 343 flags that they set up. The fire department is very tied to the bagpipe thing as well, so they always have the bagpipe players. But I'd missed it a lot of years, and this year I wasn't working, I was around, and I wanted to make sure I went down there, and yeah. So, better news. I hit 500. On August 25th, I was at 483. On August 26th, I hit 506. My goal... I'm sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments. My goal of hitting 500 that I'd given myself after I hit 300 was that I wanted to, by October 1st, I wanted to hit 500. So I made it about a month early. I've been using Social Blade. Social Blade's got some interesting information. They give you this whole subs prediction thing. So supposedly that's a live count that's up there right now. So 564 subscribe. Okay, now it's saying 570 subscribers. I don't know what's going on. So apparently I have 570 subs now. So if we look at the predictions, the predictions is a screenshot that I took earlier, so it's not Ray, do whatever you need. Sorry. The subs prediction is not live, so when I screenshot it, I was at 560. Now I'm at 570, so it's probably changed a little bit. My original target for 1,000 was going to be January 1st of 2021. Based on, this now, it's looking like December 8th. I do sort of think, I do sort of think, getting to 1,000 is going to be probably a little harder than getting to 500. We are a small niche community, but I've got some stuff planned to keep things going, and I've got some stuff coming out. So we'll see how that goes. Sparky, it says it read the chat. Lol. I'm not sure what you. Oh, I see. You posted 570 now, and then it popped up. I get it. When I asked people to, hello, Pennsylvania Northwestern Railway, how you doing? In the sign up for my 500 sub giveaway, I asked people if they remembered how they found my channel. And I made up this little chart that you see now. The majority of people did find me during live stream chats. So if you're looking to build your channel, live stream chats would be one way to do it. Don't remember, made up the second biggest, and then shout outs were third. Riley Hogan just mentioned maybe the MRH advertising can help. I actually have an MRH blog. I do get a lot of people that come over. Some of the people that are under the next category down, search, actually probably came from the MRH blog. But I've been encouraging, newer channels to post up on the blog and be active. So yeah, Sparky just said, Humanity Junction, you have big channels behind you, so you're growing fast. You're a good guy. Still wondering about your channel. Yeah, I can't thank the bigger channels enough that have used the platform that they've created and that they've grown over years to give myself and other smaller channels the opportunity to put their passion out there. And I'd love it if I could name all the names, but I know the second I start naming names, I'm going to miss somebody, and then I'm just going to feel terrible that I missed somebody. So, we all work hard to help each other. This is not a zero-sum, hobby. Just because Luke Towan just hit 1 million subs, doesn't mean that somebody else can't make it there as well. So yeah, this chart I think's kind of interesting. If you're looking to grow, it's definitely a way to do it. So we're gonna do the drawing in a second, but something's been going on in a couple of different streams, and I thought it'd be interesting to bring up now. I've been doing a bunch of videos on wiring, and I was watching Roy Smith's dispatch. I think it was 2 dispatches ago, and he said, if you could, what would you pay somebody else to do? And wiring, by far, from the chart, it looked like it was twice what everybody else was doing. And I wrote back to Roy Smith and I said, why? Like, why do people hate wiring? What's the reason behind it? And I'm curious to see the answers. So I'm kind of doing this a little bit because, if, I'm working on wiring right now, right? I mean, like, this is something that I finished up yesterday. And I feel like there are some people that are going to look at this and immediately they kind of like pass out. The cables and the fast clocks and the crimpers for the different stuff. And I guess I'm curious, why do people hate wiring? And what is it that people like me and some others, I mean, you look at Tom Trains and things, right? The guy loves things. Steve Arnold is saying probably shouldn't have Shannon help you, Heath. Yeah, part of this also came out of a conversation with Back on Track. They were discussing wiring for DC and DCC, and they couldn't even they couldn't even get out of the starting gate. It was like right off the starting gate. They were just, but yeah, I mean, like Ron's saying lots of wires, and Sparky says, he hates wiring because he's an electrician, so he doesn't want to do it when he gets home. And, those are both valid. But scenery's great. Running, box cars are great. It's, it's all wonderful. But for me, and this is just my thing, Mike, that was a good Back on Track episode. And Anthony, I'm going to get back to that in 1 second. But for me, what wiring is kind of the lifeblood of, the railroad. It's the veins, it's the arteries, and it's also kind of the nervous system with DCC. So the wiring is actually a really important element in my mind. And I feel like on YouTube in particular, we spend most of our time focused on scenery videos and putting out scenery stuff. So I guess I'm wondering a little bit like what could people like me do, or Toms and Trains do, or even Ray, who's got a DC layout and says he doesn't mind wiring. Like, what would be interesting, for people to do? Anthony says, wiring has so many potential errors and aggravation issues for a lot of people, not to mention safety. And that's very valid. You do have to be a good problem solver to be good at electronics. There are safety concerns. I feel like, though, on model trains, I don't feel like there's a lot of safety concerns because it is lower voltage. We're not doing any really, we're not doing any high power stuff. I mean, I've tied into 480 volt services. Like I understand, the dangers of it. So, let's see. Roy says wiring can be satisfying if neatly done, if it works and requires no troubleshooting. And I completely agree up until we get to the last part. I do think everything is going to require troubleshooting. I don't think you can get away with any part of model railroading has troubleshooting, whether it's, your track, your trains, everything. Tom's Trains and Things says, I need a label maker. Mike from Crossed Anchors. That's why we made the STEM series featuring wiring twice already for O-Scale. Yeah, the Crossed Anchors started doing this whole series on STEM, and I thought that was really interesting to start thinking about model trains from a science, technology, engineering, and math perspective. Boy, I hope I got that all correct, but I believe that's what STEM stands for. And I know even like Anthony talks about how he, Anthony Dodge, the Model Insider, talked about how he uses model trains with his students to sort of, learn about different things. So Frederick Strauss, you cannot see electricity. That's true. The electrical stuff isn't very visually interesting. I mean, I made this. I didn't really video much of it because I just can't imagine anybody wanting to sit there and watch it. But, this is basically if you're a DC model if you're a DC model railroader, this is basically your control panel, right? I mean, these are all of my different blocks. So what this is a LocoNet current sensing device. So you plug LocoNet into it, all of your different blocks run through here. So when a train is on one of these blocks, it'll send a signal back to the controller, and there's a train on the block. So it's a little bit like DC, with all your panel switches. But let me see, what did Lehigh River say? And it flows like water, path of least resistance. Yeah, that's always a good way to think of electricity. Bearlane Stephen Price. I enjoyed electrical and electronic side of railway modeling. How many people have a fire extinguisher where layouts are? That's probably a very valid point. I know, I believe it was Mark at M&M Rails has a video about him hanging the fire extinguisher up in his layout room, or maybe it was just by the door, so you see it sometimes. But yeah, I guess the reason I'm asking this question is, and I'd love it to, like, I'm trying to read, the comments, and I'll go back and read these comments. But is there some way, that we can teach wiring that might be interesting to people, that people would be engaged? I mean, I set up, you can, I don't know if you can see the cursor that's on my screen right now. And of course it's not working, but let's do this. There we go. I've set it up so that I can, draw on my screen. So we can have conversations where, we can draw. You can even, add a little mustache or, whatever to myself. Let's, try and fit. Where is it? There we go. Trying to fit in the mustache. So that's that. I just wanted to get into that. I think wiring's such an important part that's not talked about enough, and I'm just looking to see what we can do. Scott said, Scott Eric Catalano said, give yourself some hair. I think, unfortunately, I am way beyond solving that. Yeah. Anyway, I did redo my logo. I, did the Teespring store that I mentioned that. Daniel Banks, just go dead rail. You still have to wire, but no track wiring. It's funny you mention that, because when I was talking about a lot of this, the idea of we're spending all this time wiring, like what's going to happen when we get to dead rail, and I'm currently N scale. How long is it going to take for me to get to dead rail? To get all of the batteries and everything into it is just not gonna. It's gonna take a long time. Shane's Trains. I have the same hair issue. I was thinking about static grass. What's your opinion? I think I'm more into the Chia Pet style. I like the idea that it continues growing. I think static grass is a little bit too much of just like a one application and leave it kind of thing. And I think static grass is where it is. And anyone thinking of converting me to O scale, I'll tell you right now, it's likely not going to happen while I live in New York City. Maybe one day. Daniel Banks. N scalers are weird like that. So the guy that brought up dead rail is also an N scaler. So I'm actually curious, Daniel, how long do you think it'll take for them to get, to have dead rail be actually a viable solution in N scale? The Train Freak at Sparky 10717. You could give Heath the back one that you were using a Train Freak replica beard earlier. I think I'm missing a wig, a little bit of a wig conversation right now. Decals, just real quick. So I'm working with Ron. Ron's out in Australia. Ron did, if you guys saw Vinny's giveaway earlier, Vinny gave away a Yankee Dabbler, and Vinny... Mike, wait, I missed it. How did you get that image on your boxcar? Mike, is that about what's on screen right now? Because if it is, we're still getting there. I should say I'm trying to get there. We'll see if I actually get there. Vinny just did a contest with Yankee Dabbler and himself putting their logos onto a boxcar and then auctioning it off. John from Schuylkill River Valley, who's here, won one of them, and somebody else won the other one. So Ron is the person that printed the decals, decals, however you want to say it. Andy, my drawing is terrible, which is why I hate painting and weathering and anything that involves needing to hold something in my hand. Yes, I completely agree. So Ron made the decals for Vinny. I remembered that he did that, sort of put it in the back of my head. Shane's Trains reached out to me about some decal stuff he was talking about. He mentioned Ron again, and I said, you know what? I've got this great new logo. I can't print at N scale what I have. Yes, Tom, my train of thought has left the building. All right, let's try and get back to these decals and decals. Just too funny. Thank you, Tom from Tom's Trains and Things sent me a picture of that, so I put it together as my technical issue thing. So for any sort of unsure where things are going, that's what we get. Decals. So I can't print N scale. I've got some decal paper. I've got an inkjet printer. I've done some printing, but I just can't print it N scale. Ron's got the experience. If I'm understanding correctly, Ron has been doing this about 7 years. He is in Australia, but his prices are really great. And, I wanted it done right. The decal on the container is something that Ron did just to, basically as a proof. He doesn't just print them out and send them to you. He actually printed it out, put it on the container so I could see what it looks like and improve it or approve it. I just brought up his email address, which is right here. Oh, and of course, again, it's not writing. Why isn't it writing? Oh, because it's black. Anyway. Alright. No, it won't cooperate. Anyway. His email address just popped up. You can go to his about page. John from Schuylkill River Valley has put his YouTube channel up, so you can find his email there, or you can write it down. He asks when you do email him to put decals in the header. By putting decals in the header, it just makes it easier for him to find the emails and get back with you. So, Vinny just said Ron does great work, and if you go and watch any of Vinny's recent videos of those cars, those custom cars he just made, I mean they're really stunning, and even that N scale one, it's just amazing. Shane, he is also on Facebook. You can find him on Facebook. I asked him what would be the best way to contact him, and he said email him at the email address on the screen and just put decals in the header. But you can reach out to him anyway. So all right, let's do this. Let's get to this contest drawing. I had 35 HO scale entries, 19 N scale entries. Hello, Steeler fan. Hello, Mystic. I don't think I've said hello to you yet. Hello, Haystack. Nobody won yet. We're just getting into it right now. And if you see, Ron is in the chat. So if you look, if you want to reach out to him, he's saying email me first, then we can work through Facebook. So he does want to get started with emails. ABD Design says, yeah, it's Decals, Heath. Scott Eric Catalano says decals. Andy Ambrose, decals, decals, or transfers. There you go. They are technically wet or dry transfers also. CP368, in New York, we don't have an accent. Everyone else does. Could not agree with that more. Sparky at Mike from Cross Anchors, can't do all scales just gets to be too much cash. Yeah, we are in an expensive hobby. So yeah. Southern Yankee Railroad, sorry, had a name change and now I'm back. Welcome back. I don't know which name I like better. Catnuts 911's, kind of interesting. ABD Design decals. We can talk later. Why do we say decals and they say decals? I don't know. Anyway, are we going to get Oh. Now I'm just pushing the wrong buttons. Anyway. So, here are the cars when it switches again. Talk amongst yourself. Randall Ellison, I'm going to try something a little different. I ordered some stickers from Amazon, and I will try to apply them to a pair of Value Train USA boxcars. Hopefully they work. Steve 87 PSAP, it's the difference between American and other English. Tom's Trains and Things, I taught him that. Okay. So here's the N scale. As you can see, Delaware and Hudson, New York. I love New York. Same car in O. So I haven't seen Mark comment much during this stream, but his first comment is that he is giving away 35 HO cars. That's nice of him. Mark, I have been on several of your Go Via Go Home streams where you put all of the cars on the table and then don't give any of them away. So yeah, we're not giving away 35. We're just giving away the 2 that are actually on my table. So we've got the HO entries in here. N scale entries in here. Which one should we give away first? Do we give away the N scale? The best scale, start with the best? Or do we give away the HO, which is the most popular because people don't know any better? Hey, D-Clinger, welcome, welcome, welcome. Epic Railroad, hello, nice to see you here. Anthony the Dodge Model Train Outsider says we should give away the Q scale first. Anthony was the only person that when I said, where did you find my channel? He asked if I needed his shoe size. I don't know what that means. Let's see. ABD Design N scale, DCC Train, Crazy Russian, HO. Marty MN scale, Mystic Southern Railway, HO first, save the best for last. See, now we're talking. Ray Boble wants the double O, which I think he's a little confused as to what we're doing here. Sparky, Go Via Go Home. Wonder if people will meet him on Wednesday night. I hope so. The Train Freak. Jason, start with the best scale, HO. Indian Head Valley Railroad says O. Norman Rowe, N. Wimble Train, N. Fred Wild, HO. Okay, so I'm going to do this very scientifically. I guess the HO's one. I don't know. I have no idea. So I stole one of my girlfriend's nice bowls. We're going to put them in here. So I'm going to pick one out. This is the HO. whoever wins this is going to win this car here. I ask that you email me, reach out to me somehow with your email address. Grandpa, we discussed earlier the flogging is not going to be until the after show, so 9:15. So it looks like Grandpa Rails is looking for a flogging. So if anyone is looking to do some flogging, I would touch base with him and maybe you can get something going. Okay. So anyone want to guess who's going to win? Ray Boble, I don't have Z-Scale. Hey! Mr. Digger Evans! Is he still here? Is he still here? Anyone? I probably should have gotten some music. Oh, I can make a bell sound. Oh, it's not even in this scene. I can't make a bell sound. Well, Digger Evans, congratulations. You have won the HO scale boxcar. And I can't get it to stay. It's okay. It's right there. If people are curious, they are all different. Sorry, Barnes, you didn't win. Gary. Are people just throwing out odd scales now? Crooked River. Barnabas. Epic, I think the one I dropped was with your name. No, I'm just kidding. Big Charlie. So they were all different. And now for the best scale. The only scale that everybody should be modeling. Melinda, you want to come pick this one? Here. Come pick it. Thank you. Yes, that was my girlfriend's hand. She didn't want to be on camera. Okay. Anyone want to guess? Lehigh River Subdivision. He just had a contest of his own. Congratulations. So if Digger and Lehigh would reach out to me, I will get these mailed out soon. I must say that the funny thing reading the chat is that you're over here kind of talking to yourself, right? There's nobody else around, so you're literally in a void, and you're kind of like keeping the chat out of your side view, and like I'm holding a contest, and it's very funny that all these people are talking about who knows what. Digger Evans says, "Wow, thank you," and then the Train Freak says, "If you don't want it, you can send it my way." Digger, I'm very happy to send it to you. Whatever it costs to get there, it'll probably be on the slow boat, but I will get it there, so don't feel like you have to give it up to Mr. Train Freak. Crazy Joe. No good on me. I would enjoy a good flogging. Well, Grandpa Rails, we may have a partner for you. Scott. Eric. The man with two first names. I do have a postal scale. I mean, how else do you weigh all of your train cars, right? So, it's Sparky. How do I put Heath in timeout for that? I don't think what did I do that I deserve a timeout? I think I was just responding to the people in the chat, and I think my comment was very appropriate. So, PDR engineer, every live stream should have a hand model. I'm definitely not. Why do I keep going to that one? I should go to that one. See, is this your hand model? We can model off my scale. My girlfriend's standing behind me laughing at me. Scott Eric, Heath, you talk to yourself when the camera is off. If you ask my girlfriend, you'd find out that she's the one that talks to herself mostly. I don't know if you can hear her laughing in the background, but she talks to herself a lot. I don't so much talk to myself nearly as much as she talks to herself. Mike at Crust Anchors, 76 viewers. Wow. Yeah. I'm 7744. So there are what, 20 some odd people that haven't hit the thumbs up. If you would hit the thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. YouTube likes it. It just helps. Riley Hogan. It is. I have a pit bull we rescued about 6 years ago. She's just been absolutely wonderful. So we've got some pit bull art. We took this one off of our wall. We repainted it last week, so I wanted to repurpose it. I thought it was very colorful, so I put it up behind me, and I really like it. ABD Design, she's not the only one. Let's see. At the Train Freak, Sparky, no need for a timeout on Heath. He's getting flogged later. I actually kind of feel a little bit like I'm getting flogged now. I don't, you know. Ray Boble says, it's okay, Heath. My wife laughs at me all the time. Dwight Curley, I talk to myself and laugh at myself. Ray makes a good point. He says, it's when you argue with yourself that people should worry. I don't tend to do that too much, but I do that every once in a while. Hello, Tar Heels Railroad. Welcome to the chat. Roy Smith, N Scale Union Pacific, Evanston Subdivision. It's okay to talk to yourself if the subject is model trains. And that's so true, because especially in these times, there's nobody that wants to talk model trains. So yeah, Shane says, does she know that eventually she's going to end up on YouTube in one way or another? Might as well make it under her terms. Yes, that's it. We talked about her actually doing that, picking it out. So she came out here. So I brought her in to do that. She's not quite 100% comfortable being on screen yet. I can't say that I'm comfortable. But, you know, we do what we got to do. Sparky says he talks to himself, and he says that he's practicing for his live streams. I'm not even going to go there. Not even going to go there. Big Bill from Southern Brooklyn Railroad. How you doing? Lauren Hurwitz, you should have Kiki make the choice. Kiki's the dog, not the girlfriend. And it's funny you say that, because I really thought hard, how could I have Kiki pick out the winners? And unfortunately, she just had one of her canines out. One of her canines had cracked. It needed to be taken out. So she can't have any toys. So I could have, written the numbers on tennis balls or something like that, but couldn't do it this time. Maybe when I hit 1,000, we'll get the dog to pick out the prize. Steve, 87th PSAP. What's bad after the argument with yourself? You still have to sleep in the same room. Wow. I should do a live stream giveaway at 150 subscribers. Epic Railroad. Epic. Why don't you? Is this you announcing it? Actually, if anyone has any contests, why don't you start putting them up in the live stream? Randall Ellison, no Heath, go there now. Is he talking about getting to 1,000, or is he talking? I don't know where he's talking about going. But Epic, if you want to post that you're having a contest, feel free to post that you're having a contest. There are some people on here that you read their comments, and you just have to question sanity sometimes. Scott Eric Catalano is usually one of those people. He apparently tried putting himself in timeout, but it was an epic fail. Steve, 87th PSAP. Hey, wait. You could have had the dog just eat all the names and wait for it. So here's the interesting thing about Kiki. She loves her toys. She will shred them to pieces, but she won't eat them. So, it's a good thing, right? So she wouldn't eat anything, so it would have to be more an immediate type of thing. Sparky, contest Wednesday night. Sparky, is the contest going to be if you get to 100 or 100 watchers in your live stream, or is it going to be a contest no matter what? Toms and Trains, did someone say pizza? Yeah, I think I saw Chris from Go Home asking for some New York pizza. We actually have a very good pizza place. We have a couple really good pizza places around here. So yeah. Container Man 68. Hey, us truck drivers have to talk to ourselves. Nobody else to talk to. Container, I do believe we were on Container. Roy, I do believe we were chatting with you earlier on StreamYard. So you weren't completely alone. Ray Boble, I am sane. Everyone else is messed up. I am sane is probably not a phrase that should be coming out of Ray Boble's mouth. Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt will have a contest at 500. He's got 82 more to go. If you're not already subscribed to Anthony Georgia Sunbelt, please go check out his channel. Let's see how close we can get him to 500. And also saying that we have right now, it looks like 75 people. If there's anybody's name that you see that you don't recognize, or you're not sure whether you're subscribed, please go check them out. As we talked about earlier in the stream, this is all about building a community. And the only way we can do that is, find the people that we connect with and subscribe to them. Big Bill, liking the new logo. Bill, I am loving the new logo. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I mentioned, let's get that in focus. I got some stickers off of Teespring, and I've got a Teespring store, and I am loving the new logo as well. Riley Hogan says, Doritos on pizza. What? I'm guessing there's a Tom's Trains and Things comment somewhere in there. Everything Trains 13, contest at 750. I'm currently stuck at 584, sadly. So go check out Everything Trains as well. But yeah, they used to have that go to channel thing. You click the 3 dots and go to channel. We can't do that anymore. So I know it's a lot of extra work. But, please get out there and, support everybody. Anthony Dodge, the model train outsider. He says he's going to have a contest when he reaches 10,000. Anthony, you want to tell us what the giveaway is going to be at 10,000? He does have 9,387 to go. So it might take him a while to get there. But Anthony, if you want to throw out what that 10,000 subscriber prize is, maybe we can get you there a little quicker. Any other contests? Let's see. Everything Trains. I mentioned Sparky's. Everything Trains. Here we go. Rick Bailey, currently at 230. Contest at 300. Rick, good. Let's talk about this. So, Sidetrack Sunday, started by Ray. As he mentioned in the intro, if you missed his intro, what he was talking about is that they started this group called the Bridge Guys. And Rick Bailey, Grandpa Rails, JD, and Ray are the Bridge Guys. So every Sunday at noon, a different one of those 3 people will post a new video about their progress on the making of their bridges. So definitely go check out Rick's. Rick is very new to building something like a bridge. So if you're a beginner and you want to see how Rick does, I think he would be a good person to follow. That said, while he is new to making bridges, Rick is actually pretty good with his wiring, being an IT guy. But he's got some nice videos on wiring and stuff like that as well. Roy Smith, I will do a contest when I reach 1 million subscribers. Roy, how far away do you think you are for that? We like talking a week, or you think you're talking like 2 months? And I just want to take a moment and thank John from Schuylkill River Valley for posting all of the links as well. So a couple things. I'm gonna start wrapping up here. If people want to start posting how many subscribers they have, any cool videos that they have coming up. Hey Drew, Nordell Model Railroad Club, another new channel to check out if you haven't checked out his channel yet. But yeah, start posting up your subscribers. Post up any videos that you think people should watch. We all put out different things, so I think that would be great. While we're doing that, Monday, Nate, I'm sorry, Nate, I can never say the name of your railroad, but I think most people know Nate. If you don't know Nate and you want to watch, at 7 p.m. Monday night, Nate does a live stream, and then at 8 o'clock on Monday night is Tom's Trains and Things. So make sure you catch them. If you're following UK people, Jennifer Kirk usually has an afternoon live stream as well. CA&P, when I hit, come on. I just scrolled the thing and now I have no idea where his thing went. CAMP said when he hits 250, he's going to have a contest, $25 gift certificate for Yankee Dabbler. Norman Rowe, contest at 135. The prize will be one of his 2 ex-wives. You get to choose which of his ex-wives you would like. I don't know if you have to take one of them if you win. We'll have to check the rules on that. Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsiders at 614. ABD Design, wow, the Humanity Junction swag is so cool. Thank you so much. The Train Freak, sitting at 261 now. He's doing a contest every 100 subs until he gets to 1,000. He just recently gave one away, but at 261, he's quickly approaching 300. So if you're not already subscribed, let's get over there as well. D Klinger, 53 subs. Lee from Anfield Road Layout in the Loft is at 224. Daniel Banks says he's probably at 0. I don't post any content, so I feel like I have about the right number. Ray Boble, 348. Chuck CDP 1965 is at 226. Digger Evans is at 678. Drew, Nordell Model Railroad Club. I did not know you hit 50 subs today. I missed that. Epic Railroad contest at 150 subscribers. Lehigh River Subdivision 258. Were you here when this happened? You're probably not gonna be able to see it. Lehigh River Subdivision. You won the N scale car. I don't know if you were here when that happened, so email me. We'll get all that sorted out. Chazco's at 214. Mystic Southern Railways at 86. Wimble Train just reached 100. Cousin Vinny, BNSF 6951 is at 3820. Vinny, you're so close to 4K. Sparky, 2 locos to give away. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Sparky, meet at Go Via Go Home this Wednesday night on Meet the Live Streamer. And 2 locos to give away. Sparky, really? You're giving both those locos away that you showed earlier? Wow. Nancy in the Spirit of Colorado, 1,791. Everything Trains, when I hit 750, I will be giving away a $75 gift card to Lombard Hobbies. Fred Wild, I'm still at 117. Scott Eric Catalano's at 14. Scott, start posting some videos. I want to see some videos. Marty M, 223. Great. Thank you. Container Man, 1,432. Creeping up on that 1,500. Eric Hartle. Yeah, so Eric Hartle is from CMR Products. He has 125 subs. If you don't know, this module right here is one of Eric's products. So I love their stuff. If you're into T-Traks and just other stuff, check out CMR Products. Grandpa Rails 575, Dwight Curley 193. CP368 39. Last video I'm on. Ooh, there you go. CP368 Productions. Last video I am on camera. We should all go check that out. Well, it looks like everyone's starting to say goodnight. It is 9 o'clock. As people saw, I think it's 9:15. There'll be some flogging. I don't exactly know where this is taking place, but a couple people said they're interested. John's from Schuylkill River Valley, 486. If you are not subscribed to John at Schuylkill River Valley, please do. 486. He should be at 500 really soon. Riley Hogan, 59 subscribers, and YouTube will not let me post my newest video. At Sparky, to answer your question, yes, I'm guessing that's why Eric is here, because I did send Eric an email, and hopefully I will be talking to him later. Tom Strands and Things says it's flogging time. I'm going to let people do that on a somewhere else. Somewhere else. Mike from Crust Anchor says, is that for only Patreon subscribers? Are you talking about Tom's Trains and Things flogging, whether you have to be a Patreon with him? I'm not sure. Tom's Trains and Things halfway done. I'm getting afraid to read any more of these comments. I'm not sure where some of these are going. And I'm feeling like I may need to run away very quickly. Oh, but Robert Flying Crow. Dr. Crow just got here. I guess we got to keep going for a while, Flying Crow. I really want to convince Flying Crow to do more live streams. He did a series with his KCS locomotives, and I just thought it was really great. So every time people see Flying Crow, let's poke him a little bit. Chris from Go Via Go Home, 1,200. Contest at 2K. Impossible logo design contest. Chris, are you going to change that logo of yours? I'm assuming that's you in the logo, but I'm not really sure. David Atkins, hi Heath and everyone. David, unfortunately, 9:02. We are kind of wrapping it up here. Brian from Cross Anchors Railroad says, Yoir? Y-O-I-R? A funny man, Heath? Oh, I don't know. My girlfriend doesn't think I'm very funny at all. And we'll just leave it at that. Indian Head Valley Railroad. I agree, Heath. I'm not sure what he's agreeing to, whether he's agreeing to me not being funny, or whether he's agreeing that I am funny, or maybe he's agreeing to something completely different. Roy Smith, finally, somebody has come up with a good reason to flog. N-Scale Union Pacific Evanston Subdivision, flogging for HO scalers until they switch to N-Scale. I actually think that's a great idea. Sheldon 107 says, I need a logo. Wonder if that is a contest. Sparky, I think it would be interesting to do a contest for people to submit ideas, but I think based on what I went through a little bit, I think you may want to have the right to modify it afterwards. Brian says, you're making Mike laugh right now. I guess that means Mike is the easy one to make laugh. Scott, Heath, you need some work. If you're talking about like work, you're right. I do need work. I'm a project manager. I'm a project manager. I can project manage anything. Somebody hire me. I'll do the work. Good night, Big Bill. Good night, everybody. Tom Trains and Things. Yes, Sheldon. Steve 87th PSAP. Yes, Sheldon. Just keep saying Sheldon. Sparky just says, I just timed out Roy Smith for that comment. That's too funny. That is too funny. Oh, Georgia Sunbelt, good idea. Flying Crow live stream on backdrop painting. Flying Crow did a video on airbrushing the clouds onto his backdrop. It was very interesting. And he made it very simple. I do think a live stream would be really, really interesting on that. Good night, Big Bill. Mike from Crossed Anchors, do you accept minimum wage in Virginia? Mike, have you broken into the liquor cabinet tonight already? I'm just kidding. Luckily, I'm not quite at the point yet where I have to do minimum wage, but you know, we can talk. Anfield Lee, Anfield Road layout in the loft. Press the like with the HO hammer. Lee, I model N scale. We want to use the N scale hammer, please. Hey, Possum Bayou, welcome. We're just saying goodbyes right now, but welcome. Glad you can make it. Bang got you Junction. Carl Brown, Braund. Not sure how to say your last name. Bye all. Take care. See you later. Ray Bobo, I need to build my backdrop. Actually, I need to build the rest of the layout. Ray, you need to put something on those metal posts. That's what you need to do. Mike from Cross Anchor says yes. I'm assuming he's saying yes, that he's hit the cabinet already. Rob from Why Are You Naked says I don't think even accepts Virginia lol. Rob, please rephrase that. Even as awkward as most of your things are, I can usually figure them out. I couldn't figure that one out. Toodles, Drew Dudes Model Trains. I don't think I said hello to you, but goodbye. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. Randall Ellison. Sorry, Heath, had to use the HO hammer. It's all I had. I wish Teespring had hammers. That would be awesome if we made hammers and we can make N-scale hammers and, other hammers. Eric, thanks so much for coming, Eric Hartle. Thanks a lot. I'll be in touch. Sparky, can't see the N-scale hammer. Think I hit it with the HO one and it flew into the next room. Sparky, I hope you didn't hit anybody when that flew into the next room. Flying Crow. Let's go another hour, Heath. Robert, if you have something to talk about, I'm up for it. Bring up a subject. We'll keep talking. I do need to eat at some point. This is only my second stream, so I'm still a little nervous about the stream thing. I like when I can edit stuff out. I'm sorry. I just completely got distracted when Riley Hogan wrote, I must be too sane. What is flogging? When did the flogging start? I can't even remember. I know it was like a week or two ago, but I can't figure out where that when that started. Scott Eric, New York City. It's New York home of delivery. It's amazing what you can order and get delivered here in this city. Steeler Fan 820, you need super chat and sticker. Unfortunately, I'm only at like 570 subs. You need 1,000 to monetize, so I can't do super stickers. But I do have a Patreon. If the Train Freak, maybe, or School River Valley, or somebody has my Patreon, you could post that up. That's what I'm doing for now. That's kind of all I can do for right now. Sidetrack Sunday number 7. They're talking about, I see Jason and Ray talking about, Jason the Train Freak and Ray Boble talking about the Bridge Guys opening video, which was August 30th, Sidetrack Sunday. John 2618 went to grab dinner and came back. Once again, we're talking about flogging. We could have talked about wiring. we could have talked about DCC versus DC. We could have talked about all kinds of things, but we went to flogging again. I'm starting to wonder if YouTube is going to well, they can't demonetize it because it's not monetized, but I don't know where flogging falls on the you know, on the scale. So thank you, Tar Heroes Railroad, really appreciate that. Mike from Crossed Anchors, I can't post it from my phone and Brian's not a wrench, so he can't help. So are you saying if I made Brian a wrench, he would what is Brian posting? What are we trying to get Brian to post? Are you guys streaming after this? Is anybody streaming right now? John Arthur. John, I don't know if stumbled is the right word, but now that you're here, you know, pick yourself up and join in. It has gone a bit off the rails. It is called Sidetrack Sunday. It started out as Sidetrack Sunday because every time Ray would get on a chat, it would sidetrack very, very quickly. So Ray and them came up with that. Sparky is now throwing Ray Boble under the bus, saying Ray started the flogging. I had nothing to do with it. Think Rick Bailey wanted it that night. Okay. Riley Hogan. Yes, let's talk about DC versus DCC. Riley, which side of the argument would you like to take? And then we can decide who's going to take the other side of the argument. Andy Ambrose, humanity. What's that? Andy, are you asking Robert, why are you naked? It's too complicated. I say a lot. Have you noticed that? Are you asking about my channel name, like how I came up with it? The really short, you can check out episode 9. It's my welcome video. It talks all about how I came up with the name, but basically New York City was looking for proposals to revitalize downtown area. We decided that we were going to try and integrate some sort of human element into it. So we came up with this idea that we'd create human shaped kiosks that would guide you around this section of the city. And then we came up with this name of Human City because it's kind of the humans and the cities and the humanity and how it all integrates together. One of the things that I'm very interested in is our use of and interaction with technology. So that's a lot of where that comes from. John 26:18 said, "Lol, Scott, well played." So now I'm oh, I see. Scott Eric Catalano. DC and DCC is like, I'm assuming this is blondes or brunettes. Both? I do think you know both is good. Wilmer, good night. Thank you so much for coming. I'm kind of just babbling right now. I mean, we still have 54 people watching. I'm not sure why we still have 54 people watching. I don't know what they I'm not going to do any backflips or anything. But yeah, so good night, everyone. I am going to start wrapping this up. Tom Trains and thinks DCC or DCC++ or DCC++ EX. I do think that is actually a fantastic question. Riley Hogan, I do DC myself mostly because my layout is a 4x11 room, and it would be way too uneconomical to put money into DCC whenever I have no real place to run it, and my curves are small for most engines. Jason the Train Freak. Oh, Scott, at 9:15 you can go do whatever you want. The Train Freak. So if DC and DCC is blondes and brunettes, is AC, which I'm assuming he's talking about O scale at that point, is that redheads? So Brian and Mike from Crossed Anchors, let me know if that's redheads. Grandpa Rails, good show. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I'll see you around very soon. It's Sparky. Yeah, Sparky probably won't happen tonight. Maybe on maybe on another night. Okay, all. I do need to wrap up. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes. I really appreciate everyone coming. I hope you found some of the information valuable. Definitely feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Next week for Sidetrack Sunday is Jason the Train Freak. So at 8 p.m. over on his channel will be the next Sidetrack Sunday. And thank you all very much. I really appreciate it.